Tonight we're going to tie kind of a fancy Stonefly. We have a 3XL long number 10 60-degree jig hook from MFC. It's barbed, and we're going to smash that. As much as it's for the trout, I also can't get a bead on these hooks to save my life. Right here we have a fulling mill slotted tungsten 4.6 3/16 inch orange fluorescent bead. Well, actually I've got one out already, we'll use that. So with these slotted beads, there's a slot on one side. I don't know if you can see any of that at all. And then there's a round hole on the one side. So the hook point goes through that round hole. And the slotted side is going to be on the back. We'll set that in the vise here. We're going to lock that in with some lead. I couldn't find my bigger diameter lead, so we're just going to put on this thin stuff and double back over itself. We're not adding a ton of weight here. It's already a fairly heavy fly that's pretty slim, and it ducks right down into the water easily. You can see I'm coming back over. Basically just makes it a little bit more sure up in the end of that right there. This fly we're using 140 denier UTC. It's just a thick thread so we can build up some bulk quickly. It can be any thread, but the goal here is to build up some bulk with the thread. Get that lead locked in up there. Start building a bit of a taper off the back of that. And then we'll run this all the way down to the back, just to the bend. Snip off our excess. Oh, it's on the floor. We have some, not peacock, ostrich hurls here. We get a couple of them off and ready. Cut off that brittle tip, just the tip of it, just cut that right off. We'll tie it in the back here, right at the bend. Even come a little bit into the bend with it. Oops. We're going to use the rotary function here. Just get a couple wraps of this. It's basically just building us a bump without using like dubbing or anything. Back this thread off to it. Cross it over. Cross it over again. We'll cut off our extra. So you can see, we'll clean this up. But we basically got like a small hackle of that in the back. Got a dark brown goose biot. We're going to cut off a few of those guys. We'll cut off some extras because we're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And a bunch of them cut and prepped. They don't need to be super long. So these are going to be our tail fibers. We've got the curved side up. We're going to place this kind of on my side of the hook. You see how my thread was getting a little loose? We tightened that up with a clockwise spin. I think if you're right-handed, you just go counterclockwise. I am left-handed, so you're going to be looking at it backwards if you're right-handed. Get that tail kind of set up. I don't like the way it's sitting. We're going to take it off and try again. There we go. Looks good. Now this one, same thing, curved side going up. We're going to cross it over this top one a little bit towards me on the hook, because that wrap pulls it over to the other side. I'm going to collect that with one more, start kind of moving it into place. It's pretty good. Now we're going to advance all this material forward. Try to help build up a little bit of a taper here. Getting a little wonky in the middle, so we'll get a little fatter towards the end here. It's kind of like a dip in the middle there. Alright, so now we've got the tail done. What we're going to do is we're going to throw in a piece of gold wire. Just need this to be like 3 inches long. It's probably 4. Tie that in on my side of the hook. And we'll wrap it the rest of the way up. Collect that in. It's helping us build that taper still. Come all the way back. Spin that thread again. It was getting a little loose. All right, a couple more chunks of ostrich. Put these tips together like that. Cut off the weak stuff. Tie these in. Advance your thread forward to about less than 1/8 behind the bead. And now we're going to go ahead and palmer this all the way up. We're going to use the rotary portion of the vise here to get all this material up. And I go pretty far towards the front. I'll probably end up wrapping over a lot of this stuff, but it's fairly sparse material, so wrapping over it's not the worst thing ever. And I can make sure that I've got all the coverage I want going further up. Now we're going to counter wrap this wire here. And you can try to not catch down a lot of the fibers, but you really don't get that many. Tie that up towards the top. A couple wraps in front, a couple wraps behind. And I like to just get that tight right to the bead. Kind of folds over the wire underneath a little bit, and we'll helicopter that right off. There's that. Alright, so not all jigs are designed like this, but I think they should be. When you fish this, it fishes like this, hook point up. Like 90% of the time, it's going to dive with hook point up. The line's attached to here and it's falling like this. What I notice is a lot of people are still building these with like cases over the back, like Paragons and stuff, and other types of jigs. But because I know this is going to swim like this, we're gonna put our case, our wing case, over the back here. The material we're using for the wing case is going to be some turkey feathers. Let's see which ones we want to use. We'll go in here for these guys. Alright, so we're going to tie this in on my side of the shank here with a loose collecting wrap. Try to get that evenly distributed across the top of the hook and kind of curl around, so when we pull it back over, Everything's in the right spot. I'm going to bring it back pretty far. It's a pretty big wing case. So now we're going to tie in some more biots. Like before, the curve is going to be going outwards. It's going to curve out. Put it around the side of the hook, pinch it in place. Check its length. It looks good. Come over to the other side. Curved side out. Try to pinch that into, try to pinch it into place. About the same exact length as the other one. Just pinch it right in there. Loose collecting wrap. It's short. Let's push that forward a bunch. It's about half the length it should have been. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit shorter. Alright, we like that. Tie that one in. Come in here, get rid of this excess. You don't need to tie the whole thing to the front. Cool. That one's a little high, but we're not going to take it out, I don't think. We're going to leave it right there. So now we're on to some more ostrich hurls. And for these ones, I want to start getting some of the meat, the longer fibers, which are down towards the butt of it, not towards the tip. So we're going to tie those in. There's 2 of them on here. We're going to get 2 to maybe 3 wraps here, as touching as possible. Get that locked in with a couple. You can see that I never cut my ends all the way down. It's basically just going to just wrap them right in. And they get covered with a ton of different wraps. I kind of like to do that more. I don't know if it's better or not, but that's what I do. I'm going to go with some more legs, some biot legs. That's decent. Do one on your guys' side here. Those are nice and tied in. Get rid of the extra. A couple more of these ostrich hurls here. Tying them in at the butts. And get some longer fibers. Go right up to the bead with those. Lock them in. Cut the ends. Tie those in. We're going to do some sets of antennas here, so these will be going out of the front. So one more, that one will do. Try to do this so you can see it, but I might block it a little bit here for a second. So make those antennae out the front. Those are locked in. Cut out this extra stuff. It's okay if you don't get all of it because we're going to still pull this wing case over. If I can even get all of it. Looks like we're pulling some of those legs a little bit. See if we can't just massage that back to where it belongs. Alright, so we have a humongous wing case that's kind of messed up. So we're going to have to do a little bit of surgery and reevaluate what's happening to these legs here. It's just giving me all the smoke right now. That's not so bad. I think we're going to go with that. Alright, so let's cut off this excess without cutting off our antennas here. Get as low in there as I can. Finish up with some wraps. Now we're just going to whip finish this little collar. You can cover that up with some dubbing if you want. We're going to epoxy that wing case. Alright, we got some thin right here. It's going to help us with getting some good coverage on this quickly. Let that settle in. We'll zap it. I might even put some thick over the top of that, give it a little bit more shape and rigidity. All right. Put a little thick over the top. Cool. Where put my light? Now that is a heavy duty wing case. Probably a little more than we needed, but looks cool. And that right there is our finished Stonefly attractor, point fly, super heavy, a ton of epoxy, big old tungsten bead, a little bit of lead holding it all together. So that sinks super fast, and the ostrich pearl moves really good in the water. It undulates and looks really, really buggy. I will pop this one out and show you one we did earlier. Throw this in there. We threw this one in the sink, and you can see how the ostrich just kind of lays out and gets spiky and buggy, kind of like legs or gills or something like that. Just a really good pattern. Do it in Yellowstone, Blackstone. Change the color of your bead. This is the only bead I've got that's fitting this hook currently, so that's the one we're getting. But I think it's a cool little hot spot. But yeah, there's a little Stonefly for you. Thanks for watching.